CAA rules were notified yesterday. What are the key takeaways? What upgrades the Agni missiles? And Oscars announced what all you should know. Hello everyone, I am Srivastava and here are the three must-reads from the Indian Express today. Well, the first pick is very obvious. It is one of the most important news in the newspaper. This is related to CAA rules which have been notified. Now, there are going to be many explainers, editorials, news on different pages, but bare minimum things and the most important thing is the front page, which gives you the first hand information about this particular news item. So the CAA rules notified ahead of Lok Sabha polls. Now the headline says something very clearly, and that is something which you should keep in mind. No passport, no visa, rules eased for seeking citizenship under CAA. Okay, now this particular article, which is written by Deeptiman Tiwari on March 11, and the first paragraph gives you the context. What is the first paragraph? It says, a Hindu, Sikh, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, or Christian from Pakistan, Bangladesh, and Afghanistan. Remember these three countries and these religions who entered India before December 31, 2014. Again, the date is important. Can now seek Indian citizenship without producing a valid passport of these countries or a valid visa from India, according to the Citizenship Amendment Act 2019, which is CAA rules notified on Monday. Now, so this one paragraph gives you 4-5 pointers or information which you should keep in mind. All right. Now there is a small box which says as key rule changes, and there are three pointers there which you should keep in mind. First, any document, even great grandfathers, good enough to prove country of origin. Second, certificate from local body member enough to prove date of entry. And third, central panel, not district collector. Please remember, not district collector to handle applications. Okay, so as I said, this is the bare minimum which you should know regarding these notified rules of CAA. And of course, then there will be the news which will be in detail when you go to page number 2, and you have an explainer at page number 6 and 17. Now, as you all know that this is the election season and it's going to begin, and therefore there will be news related to who said who what about this particular amendment or the particular rules notified. You don't have to go in that direction. You have to figure out some other aspects. For example, beyond the headline जाके आपको पता करना चाहिए the amendments in the Citizenship Act 1955 वो क्या थे. Also, when you will read the explainer or editorials, there will be this term which will come in the articles, that is inner line permit. Also, Article 14, why is this Article 14 being referred here? And Assam Accord, when you will listen to or you will read news related to Assam on this particular issue, Assam Accord aayega. Also, when you read the explainer and various editorials which will come on this line, on this news, you will also come across this question that what will change after the implementation. लेकिन ये सारी चीजें बाद की बात है. पहले करंट अफेयर्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, इमीडिएट फैक्ट्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से जो इस फ्रंट पेज पे इंफॉर्मेशन दी गई है, आई थिंक इट्स सफाइज, एंड देन यू कैन गो टू पेज 2 एंड रीड इन अ लिटिल डिटेल. लेकिन इतना तो पता होना ही चाहिए for wherever competitive exams you are appearing. And this first paragraph, the introductory paragraph, tells you a lot. Okay, now this is my first pick, which I have actually focused on the front page news item, and you can also add some of the articles from the other pages. Now my second pick today comes from the explained. Okay, the explained page, and this explainer written by the science and technology environment climate expert here in the Indian Express, Mr. Amitabh Sinha. And yesterday there was this big news again apart from CAA, is one missile, one weapon. Now we are talking about the explainer, which is related to defense. Remember, defense technology, defense and science, defense and foreign policy, ये सारी चीजें काफी न्यूज में है, बार बार लगातार you will find their explainers, editorials and news related to it. So I think this is one of the areas which are very important for all competitive examination. Now, this particular headline says one missile, one weapon. It actually talks about how this Agni family missiles have been upgraded and what is being used now. So the very first excerpt just below the headline tells you, it says, India has tested an Agni 5 missile equipped with MIRV technology. Please underline MIRV technology and where it is being used in the Agni 5 missiles. Joining a small group of countries with this capability. Again, small group of countries, so you should look for the answer that which are these countries. Apart from inflicting crippling damage, these missiles can dodge defense systems. So two lines tell you a lot about the whole news, and the questions can be formed on the basis of these two lines only. Now, what is this particular news? Here is the introduction in the explainer, okay, and it says India on Monday announced that it had successfully tested a new Agni 5 missile capable of carrying multiple warheads and striking multiple targets. The most important thing about this missile is its integration with what is known as the MIRV technology. Now, what is MIRV technology should be a question in your mind. So MIRV, which is multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicle. Technology is the capability that allows multiple warheads to be loaded on a single missile delivery system and programmed to hit different targets, thus greatly enhancing the missile's destructive potential. Right? And the last paragraph says the development of MIRV capability marks a significant upgrade for India's missile system and expands its nuclear options. Okay. So सबसे पहले important है कि आप जाने कि MIRV technology क्या है, and then what are its advantages, and then how Agni is going to be upgraded with it. Now, this technology is not new, as a paragraph in this explainer tells us that it was developed in 1960 and first deployed in the 1970s by the United States and then Soviet Union. Okay, but it is a complicated technology. The warheads have to be miniaturized, be equipped with independent guidance and navigation control. The released sequentially from the delivery system. Now, which are the countries which have already, have been using it? Over the years, France, United Kingdom, and eventually China have developed this technology. Pakistan too has claimed to have tested an MIRV equipped missile called, and the name is written Ababil, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, first in 2017 and then 2023. So these are the countries which have been already using it. And then there are advantages. So there are a number of advantages mentioned. First of all, one of the advantages is ability to penetrate missile defense system. And there is this paragraph which says, and I quote, multiple warheads, each with an independent trajectory, can make the job of tracking and intercepting extremely complicated. In addition, MIRV equipped missile can be made to carry decoy warheads to confuse the defense system. Okay, to confuse the defense system. It is thus very likely that one or more warheads penetrate the shield created by the defense system and inflict damage. So, ये एक ready-made question बन सकता है on MIRV technology on this paragraph itself. Okay, now how is it different from other defense system, other missile defense system? There's already a mention in this particular article. And the another key strategy which has been mentioned here is for countries like India, which has no first use policy for nuclear weapons. Remember, we follow this policy of no first use. It is the capability to cause crippling damage in a response strike. The response strike could be disproportionate and thus serve as a deterrence to the enemy. Now, okay, this said, well and good. But when we are talking about defense, we are talking about defense technology, what all becomes important is not just science and technology, because when you're talking about defense, missiles, general thing is science and technology, but it is also, with reference to what is the geopolitical situation. All right, now this particular paragraph, we've already talked that, which countries are using this technology, but there's one particular paragraph which says that how, it is important for seeing the geopolitical scenario. So the acquisition of MIRV technology by India was keenly awaited after China developed it in the last decade. Okay, with Pakistan also claiming to have tested a missile with this technology, integrating this in Agni missiles had become an imperative. The next generation Agni 6 missile, currently under development, is also expected to be equipped with MIRV. So understanding from the perspective of China and Pakistan, this makes sense. Okay, and इसलिए आपको अगर थोड़ा advance पढ़ना है तो you have to connect the dots, and that's what I've been always telling you. When you're reading science and technology, also connect it with different other subjects. Say, for example, environment. Here, for the perspective of from the perspective of international relations, important ho jata hai. Now, this is the second pick. Now, the last pick is actually talking about one of the biggest awards. Okay, so the biggest award, one of the biggest awards announced was, of course, the Academy Awards, or which is also known as the Oscars. Okay, so the 96th Academy Award full winner list has been, it has been published in the Indian Express. It's there in the online article also. So, the ceremony was held in Los Angeles on Monday morning, which is India time. And there are certain things which you should know, like the best picture, Oppenheimer, best actor, Cillian Murphy, best actress, Emma Stone, best international feature, The Zone of Interest. And as the article tells us, Oppenheimer has won in 7 categories, and the biographical thriller led with 13 nominations, followed by the dark comedy Poor Things, which earned 11 nods and won 4 awards. Okay, 4 Oscars. Okay, so why, I'm just telling you that, बहुत सारे बच्चे कई तरह के competitive exams देते हैं, और उसमें awards and winners, people in news, books, for example, all these things, small facts also become very important. So when you're preparing also for, big exams like UPSC and state civil services exam, awards are important. At least know who won what. ओके इसलिए मैं आपको कहूंगा कि जब भी आप करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ें, हमेशा ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि बहुत एनालिटिकल पर्सपेक्टिव से पढ़ें. समटाइम बेसिक फैक्ट्स आर आल्सो required to be known. Okay, you should also know that why Academy Awards are called Oscars. Well, there is an explainer by Rishika Singh, and you would definitely get a lot of answers after reading it. That's all for today. I'll come with the must-read reads from tomorrow's newspaper tomorrow again. You can also tell me which are your must reads from today at manas.srivastava@indianexpress.com. That's all from me today. Think smart, work hard, conquer your goal. Bye bye.